My favorite part about van life is just every morning when we wake up in a new place and it's so beautiful outside. Optimizing our time in Glacier National Park in an RV in one day has its challenges. It is the crack of 10:30. We did get up this morning at 7, but we had to publish Tripped in the grocery store parking lot and then booked our accommodations for the week with Tim's parents in Alaska. And now that we're here at 10:30, the biggest limitation in Glacier National Park in an RV is there's a length restriction. You cannot drive the infamous Going to the Sun Road through Glacier National Park in anything longer than 21 feet. We're on the west side of the park in Opgar. We can drive as far into the park as Avalanche Creek, but then we have to turn around. We personally want to cross into Canada before the end of the night, because I have a phone call at 9 in the morning that we need cell service for, so we don't want to camp in the park. And that is the worst way to see Glacier National Park. If you stumbled across this video because you are planning your own itinerary to Glacier, today's July 1st and all of the free shuttles open up today. So yes, we could very easily park this RV and hop on a free shuttle. It looked like there was a little bit of a line, but we're also here at the busiest time on the busiest day. It's also Canada Day today, so I'm sure there's like plenty of tourists from
the north.
From the north and our northern friends that are here to visit the park today.
Hate to say it at this point.
We're just gonna shout at you because there's so much traffic on the side of the road here.
We just started driving down Lake McDonald.
Which is beautiful.
Just realized both of us, we're just kind of out of gas. Like, we showed up this morning, nobody was particularly excited. We just spent all this time at Yellowstone, and we've got Banff coming up too. And Glacier's awesome. I'm sure there's a lot of incredible stuff here we're gonna miss by kind of skipping out on today, but just, we've been doing this a few months now and just kind of burnt out. Need to take a little break, I don't know.
We need this downtime to, right now we're planning Alaska, and that's taking a lot of energy and internet requirements and catching up on some Tripped episodes. And we don't feel like seeing Glacier today is a priority on top of making sure we've got Alaska squared away and getting some editing done.
If I was watching this, I'd be like, wow, wow. Oh, too bad for these guys. But like, on top of filming this little show, we do both have our full-time jobs and trying to square everything away. And then just on top of everything else, it's Sunday of pretty much like a holiday week. It's packed here. So just the fact you're getting stomped on by traffic, it kind of takes away from the serenity of the whole thing.
Today being Canada Day and the weekend before the 4th of July is swamped.
A lot in this
like,
episode.
it sounds like we're over here on the side of a highway, but this is just like the road in the park. Travel Burnout, episode 9. Holy cow, this is the... What time is it? 11:30 entrance. Oh my gosh. We would have turned around before we even got in here before.
So when we were crying about it like earlier and being crowded, it's really crowded. And it's just getting more crowded.
Oh my god. Holy cow! This isn't very like leave. Ah!
We just hit customs way earlier than we thought we were coming to. How did this happen so fast?
It didn't happen so fast, but
Everyone was. Yeah, we thought we had to go 20 more miles or something.
that was 20 miles.
Welcome to Canada.
Thank you. And I don't know if we're supposed to like declare. I'm gonna put the camera away. Alcohol in the RV. My pants aren't even buckled. Hi.
Hey!
Good. How are you? They didn't have the right answers. Well, we have to go inside and talk to somebody. And we don't have our passports, so that's never a good sign. We didn't get into Canada. We probably didn't answer the like vacation business question in the best way possible. That's always like a weird thing with online business. We went in the waiting room and we came back out and he said, "You're not going into Canada today." So we turned around and went back into the US, and now we're driving south in Montana again. There's nothing anywhere here. The next closest city is 3.5 hours away. There's no cell signal or anything. Essentially, our whole timeline in the lower 48 states has been stalling because I have this flight here in 2 days to go to a wedding back in Michigan. And there's like no airports. So Calgary was just a big city, and that's been our timeline. July 4th, Allison's flight out of Calgary. So like this flight that has been booked for 3 months has shaped everything that's not even gonna. Well, I need to like go call and change my flight, but I don't know if this could have happened in a worse spot. Like, we have been driving for 300 miles, and I'm pretty sure I just stopped crying. It's been a long day. We're just trying to get to Helena, which is like the first city, and we don't have any service, so I can't even cancel all of our reservations in Banff or change my flight yet.
It is July 3rd. Finney has flown back to Michigan. I'm driving up to Sweetwater to try crossing the Canadian border again. I mean, we're at something like 30 something countries in the past couple of years. Like, I just have never had a problem crossing a border, to the point where I didn't even think about it last time, and it was just total shell shock when we got turned away. Because I have gone into Canada. I've gone in twice in the past 5 years for work. I've just never been turned away. It's certainly not my right to enter Canada. I mean, nobody would argue that, but it's just so strange. I've been able to go into Canada freely before, and just out of nowhere it got rejected. So I'm gonna just try to lay that all out right away as soon as I talk to the crossing officer. Just hand him my passport and let him know what happened yesterday. I didn't get into Canada today. I'm waiting in line to go back into the US. But at least the officer I spoke with, kind of explain the situation, why I can't get in, and I'm not banned from Canada for life. In fact, at least I can pull together some paperwork. Hopefully it's kind of waiting on me to do the paperwork, but then I can go to port of entry and go from there. I mean, I drove 3 hours up here from Helena. It's not Canada's fault by any means. I wish that I could have got a little more info over the phone rather than driving. It feels like, I don't know, the age before the internet. So after trying twice, I could not get into Canada. It is the most paperwork I've ever had to pull together in my entire life. This looks like it could take 12 weeks, but of course, just in modern times, if you're willing to spend some more money, it looks like I can turn this around. Well, if I wasn't in nowhere, Montana, I could get it done in a major city in 1 day, but it looks like I can do it in about a week out here because I need to go get fingerprints done at a police station, send those in. So today, it's the 4th of July.
Tim.
Any questions for us?
What are your questions?
What do you miss about Tim most?
Not much.
Of course, it's just everything in the US is closed today, so I'm trying to do all the background research I can so I can hit the ground running tomorrow. And let's see how quickly I can pull together this entire checklist. I mean, there's a world we live in where we're entering Canada in 2 weeks. There's also a very likely scenario where we can't get into Canada for 3 months. So, what a fun adventure this is going to be. We didn't film any of this, but it's been almost 2 weeks since the last time I tried to get into Canada and was told I needed to pull together some paperwork. Some paperwork to prove that it's okay for me to get in Canada looks like this. Look at that. Look at that. I was pulling together paper. It was like Erin Brockovich, but much less sexy. We're in Canada now. We had a great border officer who helped us out, helped us understand everything like that needed to happen, helped us investigate the paperwork. We're in now. It's awesome. We weren't sure if it was going to happen for a little while. Just things we've been looking forward to so long. Bam, Jasper, they're back on the table. Where is that? Canada! It happened!